The Cluckin Bell Farm Raid is one of the best pieces of content GTA Online has received in several years. This continues on what Chop Shop started by adding some much needed innovations to the GTA Online formula, by making steps actually matter and changing how each of them interact with each other. Rokcstar doesn't waste your time with these setups. It isn't like Heist where you feel like you're doing the exact same mission 3 times in a row and then just simply run past everyone in the finale. It truly feels like you're preparing a heist, and in the finale, both of the approaches are different enough in a significant way. And yes, Gustavo Fring would be proud. To dive deeper in what I just said, and to drive home why I personally love it so much, we have to start with a third setup, concealed weapons. In this setup you get 3 different locations to choose from, and each of these have their own loadout associated with them that you will then get to use in the finale. You can also decide to take all 3 of the loadouts during the setup phase if you want to swap in between them during the finale as well. And while someone like myself, and I'm sure plenty of you who are watching this video will probably just end up with sticking to one preferred loadout, it's great to see that the choice is there if you feel like switching things up, or if you need to swap out to an MG if you accidentally raise the alarms during a stealth run. The same goes for the 4th setup as well, where once again you get 3 locations to choose from. The chosen vehicle will always feel random, so you will likely end up with a different vehicle during the finale, and while that might seem minimal, it will bring that just a little bit of extra freshness to each replay of the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. Like when you're using the tulips on the train tracks and hanging on for dear life, or having a relaxing stroll in a juggler instead in the run after that. It allows the replays of the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid to feel like they're just a little bit fresher and a little bit less on the rails, if you catch my drift, like you would have in the other Heist, where you would always go for the exact same options every single time. Rokcstar's kind of forcing your hand in a way here, where you'll always be driving a different vehicle during your getaway moment, which some might argue is a bad thing because it kind of like forces you to use stuff that you might not want to use, but at the same time, you also will kind of be forced to have a different experience every single time. So I guess in a way, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, but I'd be more inclined to say that it's a nice, different way of going about the getaway vehicles. The 5th setup especially is where I was very pleasantly surprised with the steps that Rokcstar took to make the setups more meaningful. Being able to play the final setup in a specific way to determine whether your finale is going to be played in stealth or in the aggressive way is one of the best ways to shake up the heist formula that was just honestly needed. One of my biggest complaints about the Rico heist was how dull it was and how meaningless everything felt. In the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid, you feel like you're properly setting up a heist, and every single setup that you do will have an impact on how the finale will play out. And the 5th setup especially drives that home, and it's just simply fantastic. I'm honestly hoping that this is just another test from Rokcstar to see how people respond to it within GTA Online, and then build upon it even further in GTA 6, because if they will, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat. I'd even argue that it will be very cool if they expand upon this even further, like you can disable the cameras in setup 3 and they sabotage the electrical box in setup 2 to make setting up the stealth finale even more immersive. This is a great first step, and I'm really looking forward to see what's in store in the future. And in the finale, of course, you get to see everything coming together, and you get to see the fruits of your labors that you did in the setups. You have your loadouts, gear and car waiting for you where you parked it, the hacking devices waiting for you to be used, and the slush fund money has been wasted on online crypto scams. Life is good. Now let's go rob the place. It's a fairly simple finale. It's not as challenging as Doomsday. The chances of you failing stealth aren't high at all, but it's still a nice experience and slows you down enough that you don't run past everyone like you would in the Rico heist. Another great thing about the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid is that it's perfect for newer players, as it doesn't require you to spend any money whatsoever. All you need to do is you need to pick up a phone call, go to a marker on your map, and you probably get to play one of the easiest ways of making $500,000. It is the entry-level way of making a good amount of money for someone just starting out, on top of all the other great ways Rokkstar has recently introduced to the game to make that initial starting grind to get all the business and stuff like that just a little bit easier. This way, all the other content in the game has become much easier to acquire without the need of any sort of serious grinding, and you can just simply have some fun with it. It is excellent. Overall, the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid is a great heist with some really cool new innovation to the heist formula that frankly was much needed. It's a much better heist than Kuiper Rico heist could ever dream to be. It's fun, setups have meaning, and they just genuinely matter, and is something that the game just really needed. The Chop Shop DLC, if I may say so, has been a great DLC cycle. Between the Chop Shop itself, the little robberies that we had going on, the business itself, which was pretty interesting, and now also to top it all off, the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid. Honestly, they did a great job with the DLC, and I'm genuinely surprised that Rokkstar has been able to pump out a DLC like this, especially with how busy they are with GTA 6. The devs did a great job on the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid, and I'm very excited to see what is next, whether that's in GTA Online or in GTA 6. And yes, some might still argue it's more GTA Online, give us GTA 6, and that's fair enough. I'm on the same boat. But if Rokkstar is still going to try to keep us over in GTA Online until GTA 6 comes out with this type of stuff like the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid, I don't think I'll mind waiting that year for GTA. I'm just kidding, I want the game now. Anyways, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and become a member like Chloe, GTA Plus, Dan, Notorious Jam, and the Crystal Onyx. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.